Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happiness today. Indeed, politics is a dynamic game, and the fact that you are the first to have announced or you announce your interest, to go to vie for a position is not a yardstick or a criteria that others will back down or others may not come out and still take the day. Well, as we speak right now, a lot of camps and fractions are beginning to talk against one another over the fact that some are of the opinion that prodigies should respect their mentors, and others are of the opinion that mentors are old. They should actually give their support to the prodigy so that after all, they're already out of the game age-wise. Should give their support to their prodigy so that posterity will judge them fairly. Before going to the newspaper to find out what is already going on ahead of 2023 election, 1 year to go, about 16 to 17 months, already politicking is on high. Before we go to the newspaper, I'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button beside it. You see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. While the camp of the national leader of the All Progressive Congress, APC, has raised observation over what it at the weekend called the high-profile political movement of the Vice President Yemi Osibanjo for the 2023 presidential race, which it claimed they have been sanctioned by President Muhammadu Buhari. Sources in Tinubu camp believe Osibanjo may be the secret weapon Buhari mentioned in his recent television interview. The president had, during the interview, declined to name his candidate for the 2023 presidential election, saying the aspirant may come to harm if he did so. The complaint by the Tinubu camp came against the background of high-level endorsement and gesticulations by canvassers of Vice President's alleged 2023 presidential aspiration. The endorsements have been especially manifest in the north and recently moved downwards to the south, with Delta State as its first launch pad. The Tinubu camp, which has vowed not to raise the issue with the presidency, is however miffed on how Osinbajo's name is being mentioned and projected everywhere for the 2023 presidential election, with his boss Buhari looking the other way. You cannot tell me that the president does not know anything about this, that his deputy is being worked up to take his office and he is ignorant. No. A high-placed confidant of Tinubu revealed yesterday. Sunday Vanguard reports that the vice president's spokesman, Laole Akande, had recently denied reports that Osinbajo has on New Year Day visited the president to seek his blessing for 2023 presidential election. In rebuffing report, he said Osinbajo was fixed on delivering assignment as handed to him by the Buhari presidency. However, the Tinubu camp remained nonplussed over what it was alleged as a secret agenda, with the source saying, how can your subordinate be moving about like that as if you have anointed him for your office? You send him here and there to expose him? If you have a wife and she's misbehaving, who am I to complain when you, the husband, are indifferent? So we will keep on watching. Well, during the meeting, asked if Osinbajo and Tinubu had met over the vice president's reported aspiration. The source said, who ordinarily should know, replied cutely, I don't know, but you know now. The worries of Tinubu camp, it was learned, have been worsened by the deterring procrastination of APC to hold a national convention to elect a new set of national officers. Meanwhile, Sunday Vanguard learned that efforts to elect a new national executive may have been stalemated following the inability of the contending forces in the party to reach a compromise, especially on the office of the national chairman, where as many as 7 serious contenders have emerged. It was also gathered that at the weekend that the presidency may have started reviewing its options for the national chairman of the party following the deadlock that has stemmed the convocation. One of the principal factors is the claim that Tinubu's hand was all over the nominees, including Senator Tanko Al-Makura, who have been considered the favorite of the presidency. One source revealed 3 names outside the declared aspirants, to include a former minister in Buhari's regime, who was also a principal officer in the House of Representatives from the North Central, while some in the Tinubu camp wrongly or rightly claim that Osinbajo is the president's secret weapon. Other sources and associates rebuffed the claim rebuffed the claim. A source in one of the rival presidential camps told Sunday Vanguard that Osibanjo remains a taboo among those confident of the president who have his ears. Others mentioned as possible favorite of Buhari are Mr. Rotimi Amechi, Transport Minister, Kayode Fayemi, Ekiti Governor, Babatunde Fashola, Works and Housing Minister, and the Minister of State for Education, Emeka Nwajuiba. Well, as of endorsement, apparently not have gotten the endorsement of Buhari at the meeting last week. The Tinubu team, it was further gathered, is determined to press for a level playing field as its minimum demand. However, the camp has vowed not to complain to the president over the issue, with associates of APC national leader asking for a level playing ground for all aspirants in the contest for the presidential ticket. If they continue like this, we are not tied to the apron strings of the party. At least, Asiwaju has a political history, a source said, as he noted that the kind of political marriage that brought up APC was possible should Atiku Abubakar also be pushed out of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. An Atiku associate dismissed the claim yesterday, saying, "We know where the talk is coming from. Yes, Asiwaju has strong pillars in APC, and it is easy to assert that he could join Waziri, which is Atiku, to form an unbeatable alliance. But Atiku does not have that perspective. Atiku is abiding in PDP, whatever is the case." The Atiku associate said in rebuking insinuation of Atiku Tinubu allegiance. My God. Politics is, I don't know, it's not for the feeble-minded. Look at the chess game, the psychological game, mind game being played. About 16 months to go, and the politicking has begun. So if you're actually interested in running, even if you have not declared, start now. Do your background check, do your underground check. Even already in APC, the place is, my God, this is filled with a political juggernauts. It's filled with gladiators. Everybody is a pillar. If you check, most of when they were all decamping from various parties to APC, I said this kind of party where everybody is a king. The greatest king will now, before you know, there will be fractions and caucus within the caucus of the APC caucus. And you now see that whenever there's fractions and caucus within the caucus and fractions, it's just a matter of time. It has started cracking already, because I do know that, like the person who's the anonymous person talking at the background was saying that, look, if for any reason that Siwaju doesn't get what he's looking for, there's always, don't forget that the whole allegiance, founding, merging of parties is still possible. There's nothing tying them down, which means 2023 fireworks is going to be something else. That which also means that at some point there will be what we call money rain. Because what like Akpabio will say is what money cannot buy, more money can buy it. So Nigerians should keep watch how politics is being played in a different dynamics. All in all, the Vice President Yemi Osibanjo have not said a word concerning this whole matter.